activated.
Number 8. Partosa Durian Farms, Barangay Biao, Escuela, Tugbuk District, Davao City, Davao del Sur Province, Region 11, Davao. Number 7. Gapos Grapes Farm, Barangay Urayong, Bawang, La Union Province, Region 1, Ilocos. Number 6. La Trinidad Strawberry Farm, Barangay Bitag, La Trinidad, Benguet Province, Cordillera Administrative Region, CAR. Number 5. Lumboy Grapes Farm, Manila North Road, 2501, Bawang, La Union Province, Region 1, Ilocos. Number 4. Haciendas Dinaga, KM10, Carolina, Uptown, Naga City, Camarines Sur Province, Region 5, Bicol. Number 3. Bangkong Kahoy Valley Natural Farm, Raspberry Picking, Barangay Kinabuhayan, Dolores, Quezon Province, Region 4A, Calabarzon. Number 2. Rock Inn and Cafe, Staunton Road, Sagada, Mountain Province, Cordillera Administrative Region, CAR. Number 1. Oro Verde Mango Farm, Barangay Piña, Buena Vista, Guimaras Province, Region 6, Western Visayas.